the mystery. He took 2 shots. Izzo was virtually speechless after the game in critiquing him, to the point where Tillman and Cassius basically had to go in on Aaron Henry and go, he's got to be better. I mean, he took 2 shots, Stoney, and one of them came in garbage time.
He had the deer in the headlights look more than anybody.
And
Why? He had a pretty good NCAA tournament, if my memory's correct.
in a great NCAA tournament. After the epic meltdown in the
Maybe
very first game.
Maybe he's when he used to yell at him publicly again.
No, but this is the thing, Stoney. And we've talked about this so many times. The coaching of Tom Izzo, brilliant, Hall of Fame worthy, perhaps the best we'll ever see in this state when it comes to college basketball. It does push certain people the wrong way. For a kid like Cassius Winston or Draymond Green, who had his number retired last night, it pushes them to heights they didn't even know they had. For others, it just... And Jared Jackson was there last night.
I know.
Jared Jackson did not have a great year when he was at Michigan State, but he went to the draft anyway, and he's having a terrific NBA career. Miles Bridges stayed for an extra year, and Izzo pushed him to greater heights. Certain kids react differently, and I'm just wondering if Aaron Henry is one of those kids who doesn't react positively to the Tom Izzo coaching style. No knock on Izzo,
Right.
and no knock on Henry. It's just some people are different.
Yeah, and I don't know if you were watching the game. It was early, and Cassius had a tough time early, so he sat him down for like a minute, maybe minute and a half.
Or 10 seconds?
Well, no, because there were about 3 or 4 possessions.
Well, no. He sat him down for taking
Right.
the scores tape.
Right, exactly.
Back in.
And he put Foster Lawyer in, and Foster Lawyer just looked horrible. And it was, I'm not saying it's his fault, but he had maybe 2 possessions where while he was in the game, he was responsible for probably 4 or 6 points. That's when it was pulled away early.
He also was the victim of the single dumbest call in the history of college
He
basketball.
got stepped on. He got called for an offensive foul.
Defensive foul.
Yeah, so yeah.
He got called for a block.
Yeah.
He was backpedaling. He fell down.
Was it Trey Jones stepped on?
Yeah, Trey Jones, I think, bumped or laid it in, and then came down and stepped on Foster Lawyer, and then they called a block on Foster Lawyer.
I know.
It was bizarre. All right, we got a lot to do today. We'll talk to Woj. Did Woj go to that game last night?
I don't know. I think John
Dion
Dion
or
was.
Hollow, but you never know, Woj. He goes to all those games. We will talk to Woj coming up at 9:35 this morning. We do have the Wide 9 coming up at 6:35. Somehow I feel like Jim Harbaugh's name will pop in there some way, shape, or form. But coming up next, it's Heather Curran with news. What's up, Heather?
Well, I've got an alarming stat about your spending habits that's going to shock you.
97 won the ticket.
So the holiday shopping season is here, and this year your gift can start next year's good habits. Quip is sure to put a smile on everyone's face because it's the dental care program they're actually going to want to use every day. That's why Quip is the perfect thoughtful and practical gift. With an electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and toothpaste, Quip is designed to make good habits simple. The Quip electric toothbrush has sensitive sonic vibrations and a timer with 30-second pulses to guide for a full and even clean. Plus, Quip's floss dispenser has pre-marked strings, so you always use the right amount. And get this, Quip delivers brush heads, floss, and toothpaste refills right to your door every 3 months. So join over 3 million happy customers and check everyone off your shopping list right now. Just go to getquip.com/2019. That's GETQUIP.com/2019. And if you head there now, you can save on gift sets and get your first refill free. So what are you waiting for? Go to getquip.com/2019 right now.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Star Lincoln out on US 23 northbound at Getty's. All lanes are blocked due to an accident just before Plymouth Road. Now traffic is being forced off at Getty's. You can also exit at Washtenaw Avenue, take that to Huron Parkway to Plymouth, and re-enter the freeway from there. Also, 2 separate incidents along I-94 eastbound just after 96 Jeffries. There's a wreck blocking the right side and a disabled vehicle on the right lane of the entrance ramp. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Lincoln's holiday wish list event is in full force at McInerney Star Lincoln. Save on the 3 new SUVs. I love my new Nautilus, as well as Aviator and Corsair that have critics raving and Lincoln's sales soaring. Experience the renowned Star treatment or order online at starlincoln.com.
Don't miss Noel Night. This Saturday is the traditional kickoff to the holidays in Midtown Detroit with over 100 shops, restaurants, museums, plus free performances for all. That's Noel Night this Saturday beginning at 1 o'clock. To learn more,
transfers to planning for your next generation. At Comerica Bank, every account comes with the tools and one-on-one support you need every step of the way. That's full-service banking at Comerica Bank. Raising expectations since 1849. Learn more at Comerica.com. Member FDIC. Equal Opportunity Lender.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it. Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
With the Quicksilver card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Unlimited? Unlimited? Unlimited! Unlimited! Any way you say it, earning unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase just sounds good. Capital One. What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet?
Capital One Bank USA, N.A.
Hey Detroit sports fans, I'm Rachel with Kroger. We all know how loyal Detroiters are to our hometown sports teams. Well, I'm hoping our loyal Kroger shoppers listening will help us support 4 million Michigan households living at risk of hunger. Kroger is partnering with the Detroit Lions and now offering pre-filled $5 boxes of groceries with healthy, non-perishable food that you can purchase at your local Kroger that will feed local Michiganders in need. Let's end hunger by 2025. Thank you, loyal customers, for supporting this great cause with us.
This year, don't just say happy holidays. Get a gift that says, I love every moment that led us here. With the incredible selection of Levion jewelry at Jared and more exclusive designs than any other store in the world, it's a perfect place to find a gift that says it all. Shop the Levion Fall in Love event from December 3rd to 12th for exclusive offers, including $100 off any Levion purchase. Only at Jared.
Get a promo code or find a store near you at Jared.com. Exclusions apply. See store or Jared.com/Levion for complete details.
Friday night, 7 till 9, 97.1 The Ticket Street Team will be in Videos 2 Food and Spirits on 12 Mile in Warren. You can win tickets to see the Detroit Lions from the Miller Lite Tap Room at Ford Field. There's a ton of tickets to win. Get more at 97.1theticket.com.
Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Your teams, your life, your sports station.
Another kind of overcast day today and cold. High of 37. Chance of a snow shower. The late night game last night in East Lansing, not good. Duke 87, Michigan State 75. Michigan loses to Louisville 58-43. As I've said many times on the show, Stoney, thank goodness for the Pistons.
Damn right. 127-94 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Blake Griffin, 24 points in 24 minutes.
Yes, and the Pistons' first winning streak of the season. It's time for news with Heather Park.
2 games a streak.
That's what I was going to ask. What is the streak? 2 games?
Yeah.
Yes, well, consecutive games. How about
Yeah.
that?
And they played tonight against Giannis at LCA. So.
Well, it was a good streak.
Yeah. It's good while it lasted.
Yes.
Yeah. Add that to the list. All right, so.
Heather, you brought it up. Our friend at World of Isaac on Twitter.
He's the best.
This is, I guess, came out 2 days ago. I just saw it for the first time this morning. Name something you can say during a Detroit pro sports game and also during sex. These are just unbelievable. Do I have to stay for the whole thing? Well, that was disappointing. Let's move downtown. Just tell me when it's over. I'm sorry. I can't do that until marriage. That's Christian Wood.
Anyway, yes.
Great thread on Twitter.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
All right, so nearly 2 weeks after he fatally shot Detroit police officer Rasheen McClain, a 28-year-old parolee with a history of violence has been charged with murder. Juwan Parks now faces 16 criminal counts, including first-degree premeditated murder and first-degree murder of a police officer. And if he is convicted, he could spend, obviously, the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing that makes the family feel better or worse in a situation like this. I think if I were the family, I'd almost feel worse, though, that this guy was... You almost feel like he should be in prison.
Oh, exactly. He should have already been there. And they believe that he's connected to another murder that took place just a few days before this one. They think he's responsible for killing another guy who was in a car. Two men were sitting in a car. One of them died, and they believe he's connected with that as well. He has not been charged with that yet.
Terrible.
Yeah, awful. You guys, a Macomb County girls basketball coach has been fired and is now under investigation after being accused of sending sexually explicit text messages to a player. So this happened just this week. On Monday, a family reported that the 9th grade coach at Eisenhower High School sent inappropriate texts to their daughter. And at this point, we don't know a whole lot about what was sent. They believe that he sent nude photos to her and had asked her to send nude photos to him. At this point, what we know is that there is only one potential victim. Only one family made this complaint. We know that this coach has been fired and he was not a district employee. And we know that, letters were sent out to parents and everyone was made aware.
Sad.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, from reading the article in the paper, he texted this girl.
Mm-hmm.
She showed her parents.
Yes, she did.
The parents called authorities.
Yep.
I mean, you'd think you'd like, hey, how's it going? You might test the waters a little bit or something, but he goes right in, and she's like, Mom, Dad, take a look at this.
It's so disgusting.
It is.
It's so disturbing on so many levels. So thank goodness, I mean, they took action immediately. Yeah. It wasn't like they waited around. They fired him. That the other coach is going to step in and they're going to look for a permanent replacement.
Right.
But it's just...
Does it say there, is he also a teacher in this?
No, he was not a teacher. He was just a contracted employee. He did not work for the district.
Right. He was just the freshman girls basketball coach.
Right.
In addition to, I'm sure, having another job, when his name becomes public, he might not have that job anymore.
You're right.
Oh, well, his name is public.
Oh, it is?
It's Dave Willman.
Dave Willman.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. So a 13-year-old has been arrested and is being held in connection with a social media threat against a Warren middle school. So this 13-year-old is a student at their middle school and was arrested yesterday after numerous students reported the threat that was posted online. Now, again, the school district sent a letter out to parents and said at no time was the school in danger, but obviously we want to let you know that this happened and we want you to talk to your kids about the importance of not posting inappropriate things or threats online.
Don't these kids... Who knows why people do what they do, whether it was going to carry it out or not, whatever the threat was.
Right.
But even at that age in middle school, kids know what you can and can't do. You're going to get caught. You're that dumb that you're going to get, you're going to get caught.
I think they think that this won't happen to me because they hear these stories. This is now not a new thing. A lot of kids are getting charged for making threats online, on social media, on Snapchat. They think it disappears or whatever. But I also think that they think, well, this won't happen to me. Not me. I won't get caught or something. They must think that.
How do you not get caught if it's on social media unless the Snapchat thing, which disappears allegedly?
Yeah, but then you take screenshots and it's there forever.
Right, I know.
I just think they don't think through the ramifications of it. I think that's the case.
Yeah.
I think when you're a kid, you think, oh, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but really what's the worst that could happen? And they don't think about how much, chaos.
Yeah.
How much chaos you're causing by putting that stuff on the internet.
Oof, so much. And so much chaos for the parents that are involved now as well.
Yeah.
Even maybe more so than the actual child because they're the ones paying for all the things that this kid is going through. All right, so a new survey found that the average American will spend more than $28,000 on snacks in their entire life, on snack food. And the survey also found that this is not about our money spending, but that sweet snacks are slightly more popular than salty snacks. But anyway, researchers found that an average American will spend $9.22 a week on snacks, which when you say that, to me doesn't sound that shocking. Like just this morning, I went into the little cafe and typically I buy a drink and a snack almost daily.
And those
don't add up to $9, but still, it adds up quickly. And to me, I'm like, okay, that's not the first thing I'm going to buy all day. Could be. I might buy something later, a snack after lunch or something.
To me, $28,000 on snack food for a lifetime, it's a good deal.
It doesn't sound awful.
I don't think it's that much money.
It does.
When you look at the age expectancy of people and most people's eating habits.
But that's all. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It kind of sounded a lot to me.
So they don't count like a smoothie. They count essentially if you went into a gas station and got
Yes.
chips or candy
Yes,
or something like
that's
that.
a snack. And then obviously, so that $9.22 per week adds up to $479.44 a year, which then adds up to almost $30,000 over the course of an adult lifespan. So not when you're a child.
Is a donut considered a snack or only like after breakfast? Is it a snack?
I don't know the rules.
Oh, like you're trying to say is can a donut just be my breakfast, or is a donut always a snack?
Right.
No, what Stoney's saying is if we leave here at 10:30
Yeah.
and swing by Tim Hortons or Dunkin'
Yeah.
and get a donut, is that a snack or is that considered part of breakfast?
Well, unless he has eaten breakfast already, I would say it's breakfast. But if he's already eaten breakfast, I would say it's a snack.
The is Rudolph a movie or a television
It is a
special?
movie, gosh darn it! It is a movie.
I think you always hear about gas station owners and how when they talk about rising gas prices, they always say, "Psh, that's nothing." They make all their money or most of their money from the purchase of snack foods and things like that. So, I mean, think about whatever snack you purchased this morning back in the whatever we have here. It probably was what, $1.50?
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas if you went to Costco and bought a giant thing of whatever it was you bought, the cost per package is like what, 72 cents or something. So that's what it is.
Sure.
It's the ridiculous nature. If you go to like Kroger or Meijer or whatever, or a Speedway and pick something up, it's more expensive.
So think about this next time you go to buy a snack.
I will.
And put it back.
I also think our producer Greg has driven this number up with his overpurchase of pork rinds over the last year. Since he's been in the keto diet.
But those are his meals. So are those a meal or are those a snack?
Good point.
He's not eating another meal. That's what you're eating
Great
for your
point.
meal.
It's just $1 and it would have been one a day.
That's
It adds up.
$7. That's $7 a week.
Adds up.
You haven't got any other snacks?
Peanut butter.
No, that's a meal.
Probably count that.
Is it a meal or is it a snack?
Oh, those pea snaps are good.
Also, it's National Cookie Day, so go buy one for a snack today.
I will.
Yeah, yes, go do that. So holiday shopping can definitely make people a little crazy. When you see people at a mall, they're normally very intense. They want the best deal. Makes them a little crazy. And that seems to be the case for a North Carolina man who was arrested after he was found naked in his car on Black Friday. So cops were patrolling a parking lot of Kohl's in North Carolina when they could smell marijuana coming from a car. So the cop goes over to the car and looks inside, and there was a 28-year-old man completely naked in his vehicle. So the cop was about to arrest him. The guy tried to drive away, but he was stopped and he was charged for indecent exposure, resisting arrest, and marijuana possession.
But was he shopping, or he just happened to be in the Kohl's parking lot?
Well, he might not have been shopping.
Yes.
Or he might have been. We don't know. We don't really know. We don't know why he was.
And this was
nude.
was this Black Friday?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he was home on a very stressful Thanksgiving dinner.
Could be it.
He wanted to get the hell out of there. And so he just drove somewhere where it was a crowded parking lot and it was Kohl's.
It's possible.
And maybe.
And then decided to take off his clothes.
Yeah, that part I can't explain.
No, I can understand going to get high,
Yeah.
but see,
the
here's
nudity part.
This is what the beauty of edibles. There'd be no smoke. You could just sit there, have an edible, just hang out in the car.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been caught.
Exactly.
Well, the nudity might still have been an issue.
No, but it
The
was
only reason
but
he
it was the
saw the
smell.
nudity because of the smell.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
I'm always looking ahead. I'm looking for people. I'm giving them advice.
Did he use Kohl's cash to buy the pot?
That's the only way you can shop at Kohl's.
Yeah.
Kohl's cash. Yes.
All right, Heather, thank you. Coming up next, it's the Wide Nine. We talk college and pro football next. 97 won the tickets.
I'm former Detroit Red Wing Chris Osgood, and I'm here to tell you about a new fan favorite. It's the bold, stylish Chevy Blazer, an SUV that's always ready for a night out or an upcoming home game. Stay tuned for a chance to win tickets. Brought to you by 97 Won the Ticket and Chevrolet, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
When donating your car, you want to donate it where it will do the most good. and that's Mother Waddles. Rick Frazier here to remind you that not only is Mother Waddles Detroit's oldest and most respected car donation program, but that the Mother Waddles mission has also been helping the poorest of the poor for well over 50 years now. So if you have an extra car and you could use a great tax deduction, then put that old car to good use and donate it to Mother Waddles. Tens of thousands of satisfied car donors have enjoyed tax savings while helping Mother Waddles to help others. So please do your part and donate your car to Mother Waddles. Remember, folks, don't take chances with your car donation. Go with the leader, and that's Mother Waddles. Simply call Mother Waddles today at 313-WADDLES or donate your car online at motherwaddles.org. Mother Waddles, a name you can trust. Call today, 313-WADDLES. That's 313-WADDLES.
This is Pat. I recently wrapped a pack of cigarettes in a plastic bag and buried it in a flower pot on the back porch so that I would have to dig it up, take out a cigarette, and rebury the pack every time I wanted to smoke. The flowers have died, but I'm still trying.
Good for you, Pat. Bury them, freeze them, put them on a rocket to Mars. Nothing's too crazy as long as you're trying. Because every time you try, it gets you closer to quitting for good. So keep burying those bad boys and get more tools to help you quit at everytrycounts.gov.
It's the Built for the Holiday sales event at Ford. It's a big deal, and we're busy making preparations to get you the best deals of the year. Because unlike Santa's presents, ours just don't magically appear. At Ford, ours are built in real factories, where pickup trucks come with best-in-class payload, where SUVs are built with available features like terrain management and driver assist technologies, and where you can get 20% estimated savings on select Ford SUVs and trucks. You don't have to write Santa a letter to get these presents, naughty or nice. Just come see your Ford dealer during our holiday sales event. Best-in-class payload when properly configured. Classes light-duty pickups under 8,500 pounds GPWR based on Ford segmentation. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 1/2/2020. See participating dealer for complete details.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Picura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbhealth.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
For the Wide Nine. We look back, we look ahead, we talk football with our host, Tom G. Milliken III. What's up, Gov?
All right, this is the last one of the year because football's over locally.
No.
We go through the Super Bowl.
Yes, we need to fill a segment.
We'll have a draft edition. Lines with the top 3 pick.
All right.
Awesome. All right, the most unifying opinion amongst Michigan fans is that Don Brown should be fired. Who should Michigan hire as defensive coordinator if Harbaugh chooses to move on from Brown?
And just for the record, it's a sacrificial firing more than anything else. I'm not saying that Michigan will be better off without Don Brown, but those 2 performances against Ohio State sucked. DJ Durkin.
Wow.
Greg Madison. Go give him a pile of money, bring him back. I mean, I had somebody tweet me and say, go get Brent Venables. Like, sure.
Yeah.
Defensive coordinator.
He's turned down head coaching jobs before.
Right, I know, but just give him $6.3 million and have him come here. Have him get paid more than Harbaugh and bring him in.
Sure.
Matt Roberts.
Saleh.
Yeah. 2 names I thought of, Charlie Strong, who got fired as the head football coach, I believe, at South Florida.
Yes.
He was a great coordinator in Florida, not a good head coach. Sometimes that happens. He was also been a really good recruiter. And if you're talking about paying big money to bring a defensive coordinator from another school, Jim Leonard at Wisconsin.
Boom. Stoney nailed the name I had. I can't believe he said that. Now, it might be a little bit of a lateral move.
Right.
And the other scary thing is I think it'd be temporary. I think this guy's destined to be a good head coach.
I thought if Harbaugh left, he'd be a guy to go for head coach.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. All right, one of the trademarks of a great coach is they tend to have that brilliant moment or two where you know they are the difference between winning and losing. What is Jim Harbaugh's brilliant moment as Michigan head coach?
Here's the only one I can think of, and it's not on the field. It's off the field. It's when he finally decided he's got to change his offense, and he hired a new coordinator, and ended up being Josh Gaddis. Either that or is when he lined up in that train portage.
The most overrated play in Michigan's history.
Yeah.
What about when he pulled John O'Korn and put in Brandon Peters against Rutgers? They don't win that game without Brandon Peters.
Wow. Doesn't this just show, though, it's really just been a complete bomb of a hire almost.
Okay, but to be fair, there are things that happen that we don't see happen. I mean, if you go through, Urban Meyer, his time either at Florida or at Ohio State, what was his in-game brilliant coaching?
I think it was going two-headed monster the first year of the quarterbacks when they won the national title with Leak and Tebow. Jump passes.
Jump passes? That was Tebow. That wasn't him.
They probably practiced that, though.
I don't know.
You got to give coaches get, okay, then no credit. That's Brady. Belichick gets no credit.
The only thing I thought of was I forget which game it was this year where, wow, he'd become more aggressive and go for it on fourth down a few times and it worked.
No, but you made it sound like what in-game decision did he make?
To me, there were moments with Meyer, like when he allowed Haskins to pass in the game a couple years ago when he came in for J.T. Barrett. A lot of coaches won't do that. And by the way, they did it with their backup again this time around. There's lots of little things like that happen in game that I'm just like, wow, is Jim Harbaugh got a heartbeat over there?
Well, okay, when Spade broke his back against Purdue, he brought in O'Korn, and O'Korn actually looked pretty good at Purdue that day. He let John O'Korn pass. I'm just saying, if that's what we're going for.
All right. John Cooper was fired at Ohio State for going 2-10-1 against Michigan and 3-8 in bowl games. Jim Harbaugh is 0-5 against Ohio State and 1-3 in bowl games. Is Harbaugh becoming Michigan's version of John Cooper?
No, he's not good enough yet, to be honest with you. He doesn't get blown out by Wisconsin the way they did. Doesn't get dominated at Penn State the way they did a couple seasons ago. He's got too many losses where Michigan was just outplayed. Now, he does have a terrific winning percentage. His winning percentage against teams not named Ohio State is 80%. That's good. That's really good. But it's not quite. Cooper multiple times had Michigan, Ohio State in contention for national championship. Harbaugh really has that place, I guess.
The only reason it's similar is because of the lack of success in the rivalry. But Jamie's right. Cooper's team is much better than Michigan teams.
Harbaugh's kind of like a stand. Never beats any of the good teams.
That's not fair. He did. Other teams not dominate. They dominated them this year.
All right, Ohio State, LSU. There's an all up here locked into the college football playoff. Fourth spot will most likely go to
programs would be better off. And I'm not saying Michigan would be better off, but I think they'd stay about the same, and the Lions could get dramatically better, then I'm in favor of it.
All right, finally, so last week, one of the great things, right, the greatest thing that came out of the Detroit Lions playing on Thanksgiving is the fact on Sunday we got to watch the Ravens and 49ers on Fox.
We thank Dan Miller and the Blues.
Yes. What a game.
We have something to do with that? Okay.
Did you guys watch a lot of the game?
Yes.
What a war.
Yeah.
That game was great. Weather, defense, you had offensive playmaking still.
And did you look at the Niners said, we're going to hit Lamar Jackson, and if we take a couple penalties, so much the better.
Niners impressed me in that game big time, even though they lost. Okay, so of these two teams, which do you think is more likely to make the Super Bowl?
I think it's the Ravens, and it's a no-brainer, only because Patriots obviously are looking weak, but they always do this. I'm sure they'll be fine. But the rest of the AFC doesn't really scare me. The NFC, the Niners would have to go through some version of, you go down the list, the Saints, the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Packers. And there's a lot more teams, I think, in that conference that are Super Bowl worthy than I think there are in the AFC.
I have the Ravens too for another reason. The reasons are sound, but when all said and done, sometimes Kyle Shanahan's got to be Kyle Shanahan. He was a little bit too off, he's the smartest guy in the room. He'll do something stupid and keep it from the Super Bowl.
One of the biggest things that's out of this, I mean, the Niners are the 5 seed at 10-2. Yes, the Seahawks are the number 1 seed. Sure. And so they definitely got to tell you Buffalo's home field right now. That against Tom Brady. And I will say that the Chiefs are 2-0 against Lamar Jackson. And they could go into Baltimore with that offense and beat them.
What's so bad about being the smartest guy? We use that all the time with Quinn and Patricia. You just use it on Shanahan. Aren't you the smartest guy?
Yeah, but that's why it's a cliche. He's like, he always says, I'm sorry, too, sometimes.
I don't use that smartest guy in the room cliche at all.
I'm sorry, Stoney, but you do use it.
You hear it all the time, the smartest guy. Exactly.
I don't want the smartest guy.
They never are. That's the problem.
Sometimes they are.
I'm sorry, but sometimes they are.
Sorry.
There it is, the Black Knight on 97.1 The Ticket. Hey, if you've ever thought about a hair transplant, if you have thinning hair, if you're always wearing a hat, look at Sam Martin. Sam Martin was not thrilled with the way his hairline was going. And so he called Dr. Berkowitz. The phone number is 844-1-HAIR, 844-1-HAIR, or on the web, DRB and the number 4hair.com, DRB4hair.com. Sam Martin called Dr. B, and he got a great deal, and Dr. B is giving the same deal to you. If you mention Punter when you call 844-1-HAIR, you'll get 0% financing and guaranteed results on this revolutionary hair transplant procedure. It's called the NeoGraft. No stitches, no staples, no linear scar, and your hair, transplanted hair, is genetically programmed to grow. Get your hair back, get your confidence back. One call to Dr. Berkowitz and Michigan Hair Restoration can change your life. Sam Martin did it. You should too. Call 844-1-HAIR. That's 844-1-HAIR or DRB, the number 4hair.com right now. Say Punter, and you get 0% financing and guaranteed results. 844-1-HAIR or on the web, DRB, the number 4hair.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Big B Coffee. You'll find a couple of accidents have been cleared, including the one on US 23 northbound at Getty's. All lanes have been reopened. Also 94 eastbound just after 96 Jeffries. But there is a brand new accident reported and causing a bit of a backup 94 westbound at Chalmers Outer Drive. The holiday season is here and it's cold outside. Head into your locally owned and operated Big B Coffee for $3 lattes every Wednesday. Warm up with one of Big B's classic cinnamon spice lattes. 16-ounce hot lattes are just $3 at participating Southeast Michigan Big B Coffee locations. Upgrades available. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
If you can't say it loud and proud, at least say it loud.
This is Morris Eisen with the CBS Sports Minute. 4 years after guiding Carolina to the Super Bowl, Ron Rivera became the NFL's second head coach to be fired this season. I'm not surprised by this move at all.
Severe provides maximum strength relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms, so you can get through your day like a champion. Dayquil Severe, the daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head power through your day medicine.
Hi, my name is Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers in San Francisco. With my Smart Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. Last year, I redeemed $115,000 in cash back. Yeah, $115,000. And that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
Don't let your cold keep you up at night. NyQuil Severe provides maximum strength relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms, so you can get the rest you need. NyQuil Severe, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, achy, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine.
If your furnace sounds like a screeching pterodactyl, or keys tumbling in a dryer, don't hesitate. Call the experts at Flame Heating and Cooling. Go online now to flamefurnace.com or call 888-234-2340.
This is Rich Lamont from Lamont Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's man critical that you have for driving the new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You really want to?
Not anymore. The all-new Delondeland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Imlay City, Michigan can get you approved.
It's credit demonstrated at Lamont Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And during credit demonstrated
challenged that, and I didn't get a response. Then another guy said it wasn't a goaltend and went out of bounds on us, and I said, well, I challenged that. Can't do that, you know? I don't know. To answer your question, I've got nothing. I can't tell you. And then I guess the other argument is that you have to challenge a play. So I think we're all still kind of learning
Within
the rules.
30 seconds?
Within 30 seconds. And because the Rockets were essentially just bitching about the call, not saying, I formally challenged this call, the referees say the 30 seconds elapsed and they couldn't challenge it.
Supposedly, the league admitted that they made a mistake, and now the Rockets are going to think about putting the game under protest. And if the league agrees with them, they're probably going to have to replay the game from that point on.
Either that,
or just give the game to the Rockets. Because if that basket would have counted, they technically would have won regulation.
Again, it was 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the game. The Rockets at the time were up 102-89. So if they make that basket, it's 104-89. Now, there was, probably largely because of the confusion over this call, the Spurs went on a 26-13 run to close out the game, to tie the game, send it to overtime, and then into double overtime. There is precedent over this, and I vaguely remember this. In 2008, there was a game between the Heat and the Hawks, and Shaq was playing for the Heat at the time, and the official scorer fouled Shaq out with 51.9 seconds remaining, but they shouldn't have. And so, as a result, that game, I think, went into overtime, and they went back and replayed the final 51.9 seconds of the game.
With Shaq in the lineup.
With Shaq in the lineup, yes.
What would have happened if it was one of those baseball trading deadlines, and Shaq wasn't even on the team anymore, or Shaq was hurt?
That kind of happened this year with the Tigers and the A's. By the time they resumed that game in Oakland, both rosters were totally different. I mean, what do you think should happen?
Shaq did get traded. Was that when he was traded to Phoenix?
That was the year he was traded to the Suns. So it doesn't say that in this article. So he was not on the roster.
When they replayed the game.
So why'd they replay it then? If they didn't have Shaq anyway, who cares?
I know.
But anyway, so here's the one thing I'll say, and look, the Rockets are owed to this game, or at least owed the chance to play their final 7 minutes with that basket having counted. Imagine any other sport where they don't credit you with a touchdown or a run or a goal in a game where you should have gotten a touchdown or a run or a goal. However, Stoney, whenever we have these conversations, and I always go back to the Lions-Cowboys playoff game,
right?
There is a very common argument against the Lions, and that is you had 3.5 other quarters to make a play.
Correct.
Go make a play.
Yeah.
So even if the call goes against you, you should be able to make some other play.
I tend to agree with you. However, if it's a scoring situation, that might make it a little different in people. It's not just like a bad call for a bad pass interference call. And we saw that, the Lions Harden did the correct thing. He scored the basket.
Right.
They didn't call a foul. They just said that the ball never went through the hoop.
And so your point is there's no gray area in terms of like for example, if you go back to the NFC Championship game last year, if they correctly call pass interference and the Saints have the ball first down, whatever, they're going to kick a field goal. Now you don't know they kick a field goal. The field goal could be blocked, it could be wide right, wide left, etc. Whereas in this particular instance, but then couldn't you also say that the Rockets had 6,000 other opportunities to win that basketball game? They were still ahead by 13 points with 7 minutes to go.
You could say if they counted the basket, the game might have completely been played differently too, with a different point differential. You never know.
I'm all for getting the play right, okay? But doesn't it seem extreme?
There's got to be statute of limitations.
What do you mean?
Yeah, as far as replaying the game, I'm sorry, we made a bad call. It happens. You don't play the game again.
What if this is a playoff?
But there's a precedent,
right? Yeah, that's a good point. There's a playoff game.
I mean, you really don't need nets on the basket.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Why?
Have you ever played basketball without a net?
No.
You never have? Like on a playground?
It's horrendous.
It's horrendous.
Sometimes you don't even know the ball went in.
Yeah, exactly.
The ball has to be a different color than the rim then.
Oh, please. Yes.
The ABA, bring back the ABA ball.
Yeah. I want to see the win probability of where they were at minutes left.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rockets' win probability was like 98.2%. So shame on them.
Exactly. What a team that got blown out by the Pistons come back in there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what do you think? 248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. Also coming up next, another former player is disgruntled with his treatment when he was a member of a Detroit team. I'll tell you who that is, if you can even remember him, and what he had to say. That's next, but first a sports update with our man Jeff Rieger, 97.1 The Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Mother Waddles. Big night in East Lansing. The Spartans were retiring the jersey of Draymond Green. Also taking on 10th ranked Duke, and it wasn't pretty. Duke won the game 87-75. Xavier Tillman had 20 for MSU. But it was Vernon Carey Jr. rather, that was the star, throwing in 26 points. 4th ranked Michigan on the road taking on top ranked Louisville, and the Cardinals take it 58-43. Head coach Juwan Howard afterwards.
Well, give them all the credit. They played a very solid game. Defensively, they were good. Defensively, we were damn good too. Unfortunately for us, we just didn't make shots. But I trust that those shots that we missed will go in next time.
Pistons make it 2 in a row. They smoked the Cavs in Cleveland 127-94. Carolina fires Ron Rivera. Check this out. Offshore odds makers lift Jim Harbaugh as the favorite to be the next head coach of the Carolina Panthers. Please make it happen. Also, college football playoff rankings out. OSU, LSU, Clemson, and Georgia. That's your ticket update. More at 8 or go to 971theticket.com or Michigan.com.
So Scotty.
You can hear his voice in the background in conversations between Monica Lewinsky and Linda Tripp.
On 97.1 The Ticket.
Jamie and Stoney, it is a Wednesday morning, and there is a chance of a snow shower here in the early part of the day. High of 37 degrees. A lot of stuff going on today. We're talking about the college hoops from last night. If you want to chime in on those games, if you were lucky enough to be up in East Lansing, maybe you're just getting home right now.
You know what I did see? I was curious what the tickets were going for because I heard like $500, $600. So right to me, like about 5 minutes before tip-off, I have a StubHub app on my phone. And there were still about 200 tickets left, and really good seats were still expensive. But you can get in for like $45, $50, like upper level center seats.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just waiting the last minute.
There you go. I mean, at 9:30 on a Tuesday night's a tough get for people who live in Metro Detroit. Our friend Mojo, who's on the radio opposite us, was there last night. I saw his picture on Facebook.
Really?
You're crazy, man. I don't know what time he gets up in the morning. All right, 248-539-9797 is the telephone number. The ticket text 97136. Kind of a surprising firing in the NFL yesterday as the Carolina Panthers let go of Riverboat Ron Rivera after, he was there for 8 years, I believe. 2011, he got hired for his career above 500 by the 13 games, 76, 63, and 1.
Went to a Super Bowl?
Did go to a Super Bowl, absolutely, with Cam Newton. Lost to the great defense of the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl